It is time to make the sound to summon the stream. Okay, now to bring that back up. Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Coil Quickcard, and welcome back to Terraria. Hello, Daddy Blue. Last week, I feel a need to apologize for last week. I was utterly unprepared for the kind of challenge that hard mode was going to bring. Hello, Haythorn. I was completely unprepared to deal with hard mode. I was stressed out, and I basically just completely crashed out toward the end of that stream. I was just done, and it was not pleasant for anybody, myself included, and certainly not for my viewers. So, yeah. My first time playing Terraria. By hard mode, do you mean expert and master? No, I mean hard mode. So, having now thoroughly and completely destroyed that world after purchasing 1,200 bombs and going on a slight bit of a complete world annihilating nihilistic rampage, I am just going to start a new world, and we are going to do this again. Hello, Recursion. So, let's go ahead and make myself another character. Let's actually go with the lady this time. Sure, that looks nice and respectable. Colors. Let's go for a nice green. Create expert world. No, I will not. Eyes, because it's so easy to tell. Skin. Congratulations, you are blue. Clothing. Sure. And this, sure. Sure. Well, that looks like a character to me. Alright, so let's actually hop into this. Oh. It literally restarted on my same world that I had destroyed. Well, that's not what I wanted. I was kind of hoping to destroy the world. Thank you. Okay. Name. Hopefully this goes better. Hello, noob. Yes, we're doing a completely new run. Medium's fine. Classic. Random. Let's go. I have a better understanding of how to play and what I need to do. So I think this is all going to go a lot better. And due to that, we are also going to start out fairly slow. So I think the best thing to do is really? Come on, man. So, I know that I'm going to want to build several villages. I have also learned how incredibly easy it is for my areas to get corrupted. So I am going to take steps to dig out quarantine tunnels around and underneath all of my villages. Because last time I was in hard mode for less than 10 minutes before my snow village was no longer inhabited. Which was really unfortunate, because there was stuff on that side of the world that I needed. Hello, that one idiot. No, but hard mode, when you try to grind souls in night, the big open caverns of corruption is better. I mean Crimson. My first world did have Crimson. And it had Palladium, Titanium, and Mithril. So this time is going to be a lot more peaceful, a lot more laid back. I'm not going into this world with a very kill the rabbit if you're reading chat. Very well. I have murdered an innocent living creature. Are you happy? Are you proud of what I have accomplished? Why rabbit? Because someone in chat told me to! I can't just ignore chat or I won't be a good streamer and then I won't make all the money! Actually, to be fair, I've been running this channel for 6.5 years and my total revenue over that entire 6.5 years amounts to less than $6 US. And I think it's from like 4 donations. So, yeah, if I was doing this for the money, I would probably be horribly depressed. The thing is, my audio's off. Ah, fair enough. That makes more sense. So, first step, we want to gather up all of the wood. I also have a much better sense this time around of what kind of objects are actually important and what types of objects are not important. Hello, sir. Also, I have to say that after trying to beat Minecraft on hardcore mode without breaking anything and spending roughly, you know, a month working toward that goal, Terraria really does not seem like a problem anymore. Alright, let's get the ground here nice and evened out. Because I'm going to want my first village here, and I want it to be nice. Jump once if you're playing Melee. Can someone please type in chat to the idiot that I have told you to inform them that I'm planning to go Ranger, simply because I have more of an interest in ranged combat. Why not Expert, though? It's not that hard, but it has a lot more good loot. Because that also comes with an increase in difficulty. And the fact is that I suck at this game at this point. I do not have the skills, I do not have the knowledge, I do not have the awareness of this game. Why Ranger? Because I like ranged weapons. That's why. Summoner, I dare you. I really want to talk to that one idiot, but unfortunately, go Melee. No. I am not interested in going Melee. At least at this time. Okay. I have always preferred ranged combat in games, and Ranger gives me the option for ranged combat. To put it simply, my reflexes are a little slow, and mobility can be an issue. So that's why I'm not going melee, since the combat would be more dependent on my reflexes and movement. Melee is easy, so you should do melee. Yeah, probably. But I'm also not going to. Alright, let's get some stuff built. Let's get 6 doors. Let's kill the slime. Oh, crap, that's right. I'm going to have to find life hearts again. That's going to be annoying. Walls. Right, wood itself just makes the walls. But I do need a bunch of this. Cool. Alright. Let's begin the construction. Alright. This is going to be the first NPC house. Cool. The second NPC house is going to go here. There we go. And yeah, we'll have the entrance on that side. Third NPC house is going to go here. My plan is to have 6 houses here in this biome to start. Plus the one that I'm going to use as my main base. So let's get some cover down before the night comes. Ow, stop that. Stop it. No, go away. Vile creature. Okay. That should be good enough. And that one's going to open over here. And there we go. There we go. Build mansion. Ranger in early hard mode is best. Finish the game using only advice from chat. To be fair, that's basically what I did last time. And, let's say it did not go well. By the end of last week's stream, I was so burnt out on Terraria. I was not sure if I was ever going to play it again. It didn't go well, and I really don't enjoy how it left me feeling. So, here we go. Not bad. Let's light up our houses. Yeah, hard mode was not fun at all. It was actually a trash experience. Okay. Nice. All right, now we need 3 more workbenches to get started. And then from the workbenches, we need some chairs. Here we go. Is it just workbench and chair to make the house habitable? That's what I thought. Okay, just table and chair. So, yeah, first thing we're going to do is just this. There we go. Okay, we got some lovely starter houses. That's good. Excuse me. Now, let's see. How else should I get started? Yeah, let's go for a wood helmet, a wood breastplate, some wood greaves. There we go. Just a little bit of nice basic stuff. Cool. So at this point, it's all really just about surviving that first night. There we go. We got ourselves a nice killing pit here. Should also make a wood broadsword. Thank you for the advice. I appreciate that. Wood broadsword. Nothing for a wood broadsword yet. Actually, this is stronger than the starting copper sword. Don't you mess with my goddamn house! Screw you! What the hell, man? I am trying to do amazing things here, and you are being very rude. You know what, though? Yeah, it's probably best to just wait till morning. So I'm going to build 2 more NPC houses here. Will 6 NPCs lead to overcrowding? Or am I okay having 6 here for now? Leads to early crowding? What's the limit for overcrowding? How many NPCs is good before they start to get on my ass about it? 3? 3. Okay. If you don't care about the happiness, it doesn't matter at all. What does the happiness mechanic actually do? What is the measurable difference in the gameplay between low happiness and high happiness? Oh. Didn't put my phone on silent. Not that it matters, because that's spam anyway. Discounts in shops. Okay. So we'll do 3 NPCs here, and we will turn this house... Which one? Which one, left or right, do I want to be mine? I suppose I could... I suppose I could go vertical instead of horizontal. I really should have gotten a, like a starting pit done. Then I could have been digging at night. Ooh. Well, thank you. I'm thinking what I might do is build up this house a little bit vertically, and then have, like, a part that branches over the whole top. So, kind of a T-shape. Also increases the amount you get from selling. Ooh, interesting. Come on, man. Alright, there is my first accessory. We got a shackle. I'm playing Terraria 2, but every time I die, I check on the chat. That sounds fun. Alright, come on, man. Damnable eyes. Whoa, okay. Yep, having some eyes will probably help. I have had eyes most of my life, and while I recognize that there are some people who, you know, have managed to live perfectly good lives without, personally, I have always felt the necessity for my eyes. So we're gonna prioritize killing a few eyeballs here, just to, you know, stay on top of my eye supply. There we go. Okay. So this is going to be my house. Very nice. Did I seriously take my torches out of my inventory? I hope you're playing Calamity. No. I had no interest in playing a mod for my first time. There we go. So, platforms. Platforms. We're going to need so damn many platforms. There we go. Excuse me, sirs. I would appreciate it if you all die. You are very distracting. You are spoiling my time, and I would much appreciate it if you would die. Nope. And up. And over. And down. And get some lovely walls just for the sake of aesthetics. Perfect. And some lovely platforms to access different parts of my home. We're going to have a door on this side as well. Whoop. And door. Gotcha. There we go. Go away, go away, go away. Houses technically don't need doors. True. But I do kind of like the aesthetic of it, you know? So we're going to have some platforms here. And another couple of doors here. Some wooden platforms. There we go. And then this is where we are going to build my big house. So we're going to have different rooms for different things. Oh. And then one big room. Just for, like, storage and stuff. There. I feel that this is a nice, safe starter base. Excellent. Now for the walls, where I think I'm actually going to already run out of wood. On this, the second day, we're actually going to start exploring the world a little bit. Just so I can have a sense of where the threats are. There we go. Wood walls. Okay, 400 of those. And while we are at it, let's build another 6 doors, another 6 chairs, and another 6 workbenches, just in case I come across another area that I would like to start constructing a village in. There we go. Not bad. Hey, guide. I built you a damn house. Maybe get inside the damn house. There we go. We'll just slowly walk in this direction and get this lovely house built as I go. It's not entirely symmetrical. Oh! Oh! Automatic torch placement will actually go with the ideal distance. That is a nice little feature that I had never noticed. Cool. Alright. Hello, gentlemen. Oh my god, face the other way. Also useful for finding hidden caves. I had never thought about that. You're right. Okay. There we go. My lovely little starter base. Ow. Alright, let the exploration begin. I think it also really helps that it took me several streams before I actually found the UI options to, like, change the scale of the UI and to change the scale of the screen itself. Because at first it was all just way too small for me to parse it easily. And I think that's a combination of inexperience and also the fact that, you know, I am in my late 30s and I am becoming a grumpy old man. And, you know, maybe I'm just not seeing things as clearly as I used to. Which reminds me, I really should get more glasses. Make bow. I don't really have a lot of arrows right now to be too worried about that. Alright, that is just a little bit more wood. Let's start the exploration. Hello. I am coming to explore the world, see what's out there. Okay, so we have desert. Desert is good. There we go. How dare you hurt me, you insolent little creature. I will murder you and turn your body parts into torches. There. Lovely. Okay, anything... Nope, nothing interesting down there. Just need wood and stone. Ah, I do not have any stone yet, though. Okay. So, I remember the desert being somewhat dangerous. You know what? I decided I don't like this tree. Let's check out the other way, just for a quick initial scouting. And since I now know where my first village is going to be, I can also start digging a corruption inoculation trench around it. Which, as I understand it, needs to be 3 blocks wide, and then the side facing away from potential corruption, so the side facing inward, needs to be lined with non-corruptible blocks like wood or mud. That is my understanding of how to build an inoculation against possible corruption. Okay, so this way there's a lake that I really can't deal with right now. I would use wood, though. Yeah, that's my plan as well. Desert is best if you want to die. I think I'm going to start by digging an inoculation tunnel around my starting base. Just in case. I don't expect that it would ever really be in danger. But better safe than sorry. So, does it need to be a 3-block gap and then 1 solid layer of wood? Or does it need to be a gap of 2 and then a layer of wood? Would put it further away. Okay, it needs to be a gap of 3 and then wood. Got it. Cool. There we go. Nice basic trench to start. Alright, let's keep going down. Alright, I have found stone. So, my first priority is going to be to find some copper. But first, let's get those platforms built. you go. A nice visible pit. Oh, right. I got so used to being immune to fall damage, I kind of forgot. I kind of forgot that I'm actually going to have to be desperately afraid of fall damage again. Chance you won't get copper, but 10. Yes, I do understand that there are some differences that you can get in different worlds. And put a lovely torch there. This is also on top of serving as my subterranean exploration terminus. This is also going to serve as my inoculation tunnel for spawn. So eventually I will need to expand it some more. But it's not really something I feel I need to worry about for the time being. Okay. For right now, we're just getting a little bit of exploration in. Subterranean exploration terminus is a fun way to say elevator. I like it. Terminus is just a fun word. Add it to your daily vocabulary. Da-da-da-da. Ah. Well. That's annoying. What about liquid? Can corruption spread? Can biome spread happen through liquid? Like, on top of the gaps, do I also need to make sure that I get rid of any liquid? I hadn't really thought about that. There is a lot of honking going on. Liquid has no effect on corruption. So, does that mean that liquid can or can't spread through it? Like, if I had a gap of 3, but the gap was filled with liquid, would the corruption be able to spread through that gap? Would it count as solid blocks for the purposes of biome spread? Only because liquid... Okay. Liquid is incorruptible. Good to know. Thank you. Okay. So this is almost as far as I feel it is worth going for the purposes of spawn inoculation. I absolutely hate the mechanic of biome spread, and I am going to be taking steps from the very beginning to avoid it. A 2-block gap filled with water would still be able to have corruption jump the gap. Okay. Gotcha. Yoink. Oh my. Alright. Come on. Let's climb up. Perfect. Ah. Up we go. And... Alright. Whoa. Okay, you need to cut that out. You are all being very rude today, you know that? How dare you? Had some nice coffee today. Hello, Guy. Glad to see that you are enjoying yourself. You absolute jerk. You killed me. Nope. Just dig down. There we go. Fun fact, you can type /death in chat and it'll tell you how many times you've died. Ooh, that is fun. So I would want to build my wood wall on the side facing my base, on the inner part. In order to make this an inoculated tunnel, correct? Because this is now 4 blocks wide. Either side, to be honest. Interesting. Oh my god. Sir, can you please just die? Nice. Really? Come on, man. Go away. Go away. Go away. Alright. Let's turn off the auto-aim and just slowly dig the tunnel ever so slightly higher. Is this multiplayer? No, it is not. Go away. Although it might be fun to do some multiplayer for a stream one day. You can seem to stop hard mode for now, but then hard mode makes a V. Yeah, I am familiar with the V mechanic. Nevertheless, having the starting points of inoculation ready to go, even when you enter hard mode, seems like a reasonable precaution to take. Yeah, it occurred to me I may have unintentionally misled you. Ah. Well, unfortunately in this community, misleading me carries harsh consequences. Those harsh consequences being that I do absolutely nothing about it. It's quite harsh, to be honest. Is this necessary? Almost definitely not. Am I doing it anyway? Yes. You can put wood on our other side. It does, in fact, need to be the side the corruption is coming from. Ah. I see. Very well, then. Dude, go away. Stop it. 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 Die! There. You know, I'm glad that I can be, you know, a responsible, reasonable adult. And have, you know, just healthy conversations with my enemies. You know, I am able to communicate clearly and assertively and in a productive manner that I would very much prefer it if they were dead. And, you know, I am able to actively listen to hear their concerns about that proposal. You know, to understand their wants and needs. Typically, their want and need to not be dead. And then completely ignore them and kill them anyway. And I think that by doing it like that, I'm able to set an example for people, you know, of healthy, productive, assertive communication. And if people are able to come to my streams and be able to, you know, learn something, to grow as well as be entertained, then I just think that that's absolutely fantastic. That's always my favorite type of stuff to watch, and, you know, I'm glad that I can provide that same experience through the act of murder. Try Infernum. I almost certainly will not. Okay. So the wood has to go on the side the corruption would be coming from. So that would be on the outer edge of the inoculation tunnel. Whoa, what the hell? Damn you! Die! There, see? We were able to have a healthy interaction there. Because I was willing to listen to my enemies. There we go. Okay. The bottom part of the inoculation tunnel is complete. And now we have 1, 2, 3, a 4 gap here. So now we just slowly hop our way up. Are you sure that's where corruption will be coming from? No. But I believe the hard mode biomes are able to spread as well. So as far as I know, this works not just against those, but against Hollow. And since I'm on a medium world, it is probable that there's going to be corruption on both sides. Alright, so this looks... let's take a look. Okay, I can go a little bit further. And let's start building the excavation tunnel. Hollow doesn't negate housing like corruption does. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. I am now slightly less terrified by the mechanic of biome spread. Thank you for letting me know. See, this is my kind of game. Just nice, relaxing time. Couple NPCs that prefer the hollow. Okay. I will keep that in mind. And it looks like I almost dug perfectly to the bottom of my inoculation pit. Honestly, not bad if I do say so myself. Oh, one block! One block! I was one block off from perfectly getting to the inoculation pit. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay. So now... Technically, you were dead on. That's true. But I was thinking that this right edge was going to line right up. Okay. So now we platform up. And along the way, we also place torches. There we go. No. You shall not go there, Torch, because then you are not lined up perfectly with my things. I demand that all of this be perfectly lined up. Okay. You're making noise. Go away. Alright, now we go down. Nope, not there. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it! Alright. There we go. This is going to be the other two. And then we just line the right column with some wood blocks. And I will have a complete spawn area inoculation tunnel. And we can begin to explore deeper. I may actually head to the desert and see if I can't get some cactus for cactus armor. Hello, what? Also take care in placing torches underground. You don't place them in such a way that no less than 100 torches are on screen. Can you expand on that a little bit, Daddy? Can you please explain the risk and benefit of that a little more to me? Because I don't fully understand. Doing so will summon a mini-boss. Okay. A mini-boss if there's more than 100 on screen? Is that what you're indicating? If you put 100 torches in visible range, you'll summon the Torch God. Okay. Excellent. Thank you for letting me know. There we go. I now have my spawn completely inoculated against any future corruption spread. There. As far as I know. Alright, let's head to that desert. Key bit here being if you survive. Well, since I'm not on hardcore, I'll probably survive. I suppose I could also look for a Sky Island today. That might be a fun little excursion. There we go. Hello, sir. Hello. Torch God is nefariously difficult, especially this early. Excellent. I will keep that in mind. Luckily, I'm not the type that tends to go overboard with torches. So it's probably not going to be something that I will manage to pull off accidentally. But just in case. Alright. I see a grabby boy over there. Damn you, grabby boy. What are we at? We're at 49 cactuses? I wonder if 49 cactuses is enough. You know, I might also want to make, like, a tree farm the first time I will have ever actually bothered to plant anything in this game. Believe it's either 60 or 65. Okay. So acorns plant, like, any type of tree, right? So if I just plant these, will these grow into cactuses? How much have you progressed so far? I have not fought a single boss, and I have barely gone underground. Or will those just grow like desert wood? I think those might just grow desert wood. Yeah, palm trees. Okay. Alright. There. Well, we are over 80 cactus now. Do not go down into the desert pit. Don't worry, I'm not planning on it. Alright, so what else do we have over here? There. Hello, flying fish. Little body of water. Nothing too terrible. Alright, my first chest. We're just gonna grab all of it. Okay, we got an decent thing. Oh yeah, actually I want the chest as well. Thank you. Ooh, umbrella slimes. Nice. Give me your umbrellas. I demand your umbrellas. Egglet for movement speed. Some pretty good stuff. We'll just take it all. As well as the chest. We doing this again? Yes. Yes, we are. Okay, that's a bit steep, but it's not too bad. The name of the game right now is just exploration. Just to get a little sense... Oh my god, dude. Okay, so I recall bats being the absolutely most miserable thing to deal with. So if there is jungle this way, then I am going this way. Okay, I can't see from that side, so we'll just platform over from here. Quick tip for Sky Islands are must for pre-mode and early hard mode. Need a horseshoe and red balloon. Yeah, I'll make sure that I find that I look for Sky Islands. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. I appreciate your sacrifice. There we go. Ow. Umbrella hat, which is a vanity item. Now it is my hat. Die, 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 die! Do you know about the jungle-snow correlation? I don't think so. It doesn't sound familiar. Is this your first playthrough? No. I had previously streamed my first playthrough ever. This is my second character, my second world, because I got so tremendously frustrated with the game last week after reaching hard mode that I utterly destroyed my world and decided to start over. Stone jungle always generate on opposite sides. Okay. So we know for a fact then that there is going to be a snow biome on the other side of the world. I did accomplish my main goal, which was finding enough... You need advice, but no spoilers, right? All the spoilers and all the backseating you want. This is a... You can do all the backseating and all the spoilers that you want. I cannot attest that all of the information you give on me will be acted upon, understood, or that I will understand it, but... There are no limits here with what you can discuss in regards to Terraria. If you want to tell me how to find and kill a Moon Lord, you're welcome to do that. You are not ready for that. No, absolutely not. Yeah, so, my first playthrough of this game, I might have been so frustrated after 3 hours streaming in hard mode. I might have bought 1,200 bombs and started throwing them literally at everything, destroying everything, including my own base. So yeah, that world's gone. You do have some good stuff. You do have the piggy bank. Okay. Interesting. Recommend you move your chat somewhere else so we can see your map and HP more clearly. That's actually a really good point. Alright. So it's going to minimize because it minimizes every time I tab out. So, yeah. Okay. Now the only thing it's really covering up is my equipment. I wonder if it's not just a better idea to move it over here. I don't think there's anything on the UI that I miss over there. Where's this one? Oh, that's Winter Grasp, right. My backgrounds change every 60 seconds, and they are filled with hundreds of pieces of artwork and lots of screenshots from video games. In particular, a few years back, I endeavored on a mission to take at least one screenshot from every location in World of Warcraft up to Cataclysm, including the dungeons. So, you'll see, whenever you see my desktops, there's always a good chance that it's going to be World of Warcraft. Was referring to the MTG one specifically, yeah. I've got lots of great Magic the Gathering art as well. The login screen from my computer is actually the art from the card Always Watching, which I have always loved. I've always loved nice pieces of angel art in Magic. And Always Watching is such a beautiful piece of art. Okay. Yeah, if you look it up, if you look up MTG Always Watching, you'll get to see the art that I mean. It's absolutely beautiful. Just beautiful, sinister-looking angels. Absolutely gorgeous. I also like how if you pay really close attention to it, their fingers look a bit too long, which ties in so well with the story of that set. So we got another shackle. That's good. Oh, I did get a guitar. Cool. Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. Alright, let's clear out the inventory a bit. Right, cactus armor. That's what I came here to do. Right. Cactus. 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 And cactus sword? Yeah, let's actually get a cactus sword as well. There we go. Oh, yeah. More reach, too. I was introduced to Magic, I think, after Theros released. My first set was Onslaught, but the first set I was ever around for the actual release of was, interestingly enough, Mirrodin. And talk about a hell of a time to get into Magic for the first time. Mirrodin. Oh boy, that was a hell of a time. Alright, let's sort the inventory. For the time being, we're basically just going to put, like, everything in here. And I am talking about original Mirrodin. Waterleaf. We will worry about sorting out all of this stuff later. Rope can come with me. That's actually pretty important. We're going to keep our house and village construction equipment here. Recall potions, that's fine. Acorns. Oh, I actually have 10 bars. Okay, so we don't have copper. We specifically have 10. Wood platforms, gonna keep those on the bar. Nice. So it does only let me keep one specific type of inventory slot at a time. Got it. Good to know. And I have always preferred playing white when it comes to MTG. White-black is definitely my favorite duo. No matter what, I always end up coming back to white-black. But that being said, simply due to prices and my own financial limitations, I unfortunately haven't been able to buy any Magic cards in about a year. I simply don't have the capacity for it, which is unfortunate. Make a bow and make fire arrows. Honestly, yeah, I probably should. It's also hard for me, as someone who loves playing Magic, to even increasingly difficult for me to even justify, like, getting cards that are, like, really powerful. Because increasingly, like, the power creep in Magic the Gathering is so extreme right now that even the most powerful stuff being come out with today is probably just going to get overshadowed the next time a big, like, Universes Beyond product comes out. And that's actually quite depressing, you know? Like, right now, everyone's worried over VV. And they're not going to ban VV because, well, they... Look how long it took them to ban the One Ring. They really do not like to ban their Universes Beyond stuff. Even if it's utterly toxic to the game. And yet they're so consistently desperate to produce stronger and stronger cards at this point. More and more ridiculous chase cards that it's actually becoming quite toxic to the game itself, I think. Screw it. Go for more. There we go. The Demolitionist has arrived. All right. We now have the Demolitionist. So my next task, I want to find another biome and get another 3 houses built. So let's go find something interesting. I have my sealed pony tri-card charity box. Oh, right. I don't have immunity to fall damage yet. I keep forgetting that. On my first world, the corruption was actually surprisingly close to my base. I am really glad to see that I am not running into it. Definitely always a pain starting a new world without fall damage immunity. It is a pain. Quite literally a pain, as in, I end up suffering a significant amount of pain. Hello! Goodbye! There we go. Alright. So I think this is the proper place to get a platform built. To rise up. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Ducks and owls have some chance of playing a special sound bite, where it's just a man making the noise. Oh, that's interesting. Man, I can tell you, I am having such a much more pleasant time playing Terraria like this again. Just no hard mode, none of that BS. Just nice, relaxing, easy gameplay where I vaguely know what I'm doing. Hard mode quite genuinely ruined Terraria for me. Like, that was absolute garbage experience. Okay, we've got a thing here. Alright, what do we have? Silver bar. Oh, magic mirror. Okay, recall potions are now utterly irrelevant. But more importantly, I have another lovely chest. Ah, crap. I don't have an easy way out. There we go. Get a Magiluminescence. I don't know what that is, which makes it very difficult for me to get it. Hello, sir. Mirror has a delay. The potions are instant. Yeah, but typically the delay is not fast enough that it's going to cause me any trouble. It's a thing you can craft once you've beaten Eater of Worlds, which you haven't. Yep. No bosses yet. Whoops. Okay. There we go. Hello, sir. Ooh. Yep, okay, there is some tin ore. Oh god, it's these things. Crap. Okay. Alright, I'm alive. I'm okay. You passed some silver up there, by the way. Yeah, I know. I was trying to deal with the wormy guy. Yes, I am aware that glow sticks work underwater. There we go. Much better. Come on, this tiny sliver. Whoop. There we go. Oh, this is platinum. Cool. Go away. Yep, I know the silver was further up. I'm just working my way back to it a little methodically. Ah. There we go. Not bad. I'm still not really finding a lot of tin. Are you playing on expert? No. I have no interest in playing on expert. Alright. Let the exploration continue. Hello, gentlemen. Ow. Ow. Okay. Okay. We have found our way to the glowy things. Right. Ouch. Damn it. Okay, yeah. Life crystal, very necessary. Thank you. Silver pickaxe is fastest in pre-hard mode. Alright, don't worry, little fairy. I will follow you. I just want to check out this 10 first. I don't need to check the wiki. I know how this game works. If there is one thing, only one thing I have learned for certain, from hosting streams of Terraria where I allow and encourage backseating, it's that the amount of people who are convinced that they know how stuff in Terraria works, but are ignorant of some mechanic, is basically the exact same as the number of people who play Terraria. Hell, I know how Minecraft works, and I check the wiki for clarifications all the time. I have 3,487 hours. Cool. And? If you are always unable to admit even the possibility of ignorance or error, you will always be complacent. And complacency always results in error. Go away. Thank you, skeleton. In fact, just during my latest Minecraft challenges, I actually learned something about the game that I believed was completely wrong. You see, I believed that there was no possible way that a creeper could spawn in a fully submerged sunken ship. And guess what happened to end one of my hardcore runs? A creeper that had spawned in a fully submerged sunken ship. Now, I had known that the doors on the sunken ships did in fact create an air pocket. But I was operating under the assumption that those air pockets did not allow mobs to spawn on them. And on that assumption, I was completely wrong. Even with the things we are extremely familiar with, it is very, very easy to be ignorant of something or in error. So we must never close our eyes to the possibility of learning and discovering new things. And sometimes, in fact often, the new things that we learn come about as a result of checking that our information is accurate. Also, I would just like to say that that particular hardcore run was total BS, because a creeper really should not be able to spawn in those conditions. It was a hell of a surprise for me, too. Is this your first time playing Terraria? This series of playing Terraria has been my first experience with the game, but this is my second character in second world after having reached hard mode on my first world, becoming completely disenchanted with and infuriated with the game, and then buying 1,200 bombs and doing as much damage to that world as I possibly could before abandoning it forever. So, second character, second world, still vastly ignorant to most of the things that Terraria has to offer. Crab statue. Ow, really? You little jerk. How dare you? What was it that made you disenchanted about hard mode? The degree of difficulty spike between regular and hard mode, I was utterly and completely unprepared for. That was, ironically, the difference between night and day. I was utterly unprepared for the level of offense I was up against, and I was completely unprepared for the durability of the enemies at that point. On top of that, I immediately lost access to one of my villages when the corruption spread to it. Maybe you were underpowered when you killed Wall of Flood. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The primary issue of all of it was a lack of preparation. But it being my first time playing, there's only so much that I could reasonably have been prepared for. I was operating under assumption, ignorance, and a large number of inconsistent advice from chat. So yes, I found myself in a situation I was not prepared to deal with, and the amount of time it would have taken me to properly rectify that was going to be time in which all of my in which all of the biome spread was going to be happening. I had corruption near jungle. I had corruption that had already taken over my village in the snow biome. And I simply had no interest in continuing that world trying to play catch-up. It was absolutely infuriating and depressing. So I stopped. And now I am back here on a new world and having a lovely, lovely time with it. Chat players are sometimes more experienced, so they recommend fast progression. To be fair, the entire point of this series has been to encourage backseating and spoilers. The entire point of it, and I knew it would end badly by encouraging it, but the whole point was to have chat filled with so many people trying to be helpful that it all circled back around and became a catastrophe. And that's exactly what happened. So, as infuriating as it was, I also completely accept responsibility that it very much was the result of the conditions that I had encouraged. But that doesn't change the fact that it truly, truly was very, very frustrating. Have you dug holes to separate the corruption on your previous version? No. While some people in chat had suggested that I do this, and while I had a vague understanding that this was something that I should do, the precise mechanics by which I needed to do that, that is, you know, the amount of distance that I needed to spend doing it, were never very clearly communicated to me. And so, as a result, no, I did not build any inoculating tunnels on my previous time. Please, hello, welcome to the stream. There we go. Got him. Fun thing about Terraria is inventory can be shared across different map worlds too, so that's why even a messed up old world... Yeah. I am aware that I could have kept the inventory from my first character. I am aware of that. And I did make the decision not to. I wanted a completely fresh start. And I am very, very much enjoying having made this complete fresh start. It's actually been very, very pleasant. So, I'm glad that I did that. Playing the game again and being significantly less ignorant about it gives me a lot of opportunity to you know, really enjoy the game a lot more thoroughly. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is take out the crab statue. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, calm down there, bud. Calm down there. Also, I am taking this headstone back. I do not want anyone to know that I died horribly. This is a secret, and we all have to keep this secret. Alright, chat, you're all going to be a part of this now, too. We're all going to keep the secret. We are all going to pretend, collectively, that I was not murdered by crabs. Okay? Look, there's certain people in my life that if they figure out that I had crabs, they're never gonna let me live it down. So let's just keep it quiet. Okay, and then platform, 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 and then platform. There we go. Just there. That's enough to work. Damnable worm. Come on, you damnable worm. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away, sir. Thank you. Alright, let's just go ahead and dig this way. To be fair, on my first world, it was not chat that was encouraging me to fast progression. If anything, they urged a greater degree of caution. It was very much my own choices that encouraged the more rapid progress. It was like 3 streams in, I think, and I decided I can kill Wall of Flesh. I'm just gonna go kill Wall of Flesh, and then I did, and that was an absolutely horrible decision. Oh my god, sir. Will you please just leave me alone? I am yearning for the mines, and you are really not helping. Hello, slime. Download Lips of Cthulhu. See, you have provided me so little context for that statement that I can't even be sure if you're referring to something related to Terraria, or if you're just here to hawk some form of eldritch pornography. And to be fair, I am not fully against it if you did just show up here to hawk eldritch pornography. But I would prefer that you at least clarify if it's eldritch pornography before I get involved with it. That's all I ask, just, you know, for the sake of politeness. Texture pack gives the Eye of Cthulhu and twin lips instead of mouths with teeth. So, what I'm gathering is that Lips of Cthulhu is not, in fact, a form of eldritch pornography. I'll admit that's a little disappointing, but, you know, it's something I can consider. Yeah, there's a lot of water up there. They still have their tongue out. Ah, so they're going for the Ahigo faces. I'm not really such a big fan of that, honestly. It's never really appealed to me. I don't know. You know. Are you planning for a certain class? It's basically going to just be dependent on what kind of gear I start finding. But my initial thought is Ranger. But so far I really haven't found, like, anything useful, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, another thing I've learned about Terraria is that people have very strong opinions when it comes to classes. Don't underestimate accessories modifiers. They will help you a lot. Absolutely. There was actually someone from the last time who was, you should try to get the Magilluminate. Yeah, you're not the first person to suggest it. We are pre any bosses right now, so that's something that we will have to wait on worrying about. You know, interestingly enough, this world generation has actually been significantly less cooperative with giving me stuff than my first world was. I did not have any ability to really appreciate how generous my first world actually was. Is this vanilla Terraria? Yes, it is, Brian. What accessories do you have so far? Well, won't you be impressed? This is going to be amazing. I've got an Angry Shackle with plus 3% damage. And I've got a Brisk Radar with plus 1% movement speed. Oh yeah, and I don't want to brag. I don't like to brag that much, but I did find an egglet. And that's the end of that sentence. So yeah, I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty sure I have the best accessories in the game right now. I cannot comprehend his wealth. Download Waifu Pillars mod. No, I'm not going to do that. While I am not against waifus, like, ethically or morally or aesthetically in games, that's not what I come to, like, Minecraft or Terraria for. Although with the new custom shipbuilding that just got added to No Man's Sky, I know it's only a matter of time before someone builds starts building Moe ships. So I am looking forward to that one. We've already got some good mechs that are getting put out. You should aim for warding. At this point, I'm aiming for whatever the hell the game feels like giving me. Which is apparently not much. Whee! But another life crystal, that's pretty damn good. Ooh. Well, hello, amethyst. Any of y'all ever had an amethyst crystal dice set? Oh, God, they're so beautiful. Golem sucks, remember this information. Oh, I found golems. I found golems on my first world when it went hard mode. They attacked me rather frequently in my mines. I actually remember a few years ago, it was kind of news in gaming circles, when the Terraria developers put out what they called Terraria's, like, last update. I remember when that happened. It does not appear to have, you know, quite stuck. You can uncraft some accessories in the shimmer. Yeah, finding shimmer this early is, like, so hard without calculating its location. Yeah, considering... Yeah. Oh, God, no! God, away with you, vile sir! Die! 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 Why? Whoa! Oh, you're dead. I had a few basic disagreements with that gentleman, so I'm glad that we were able to, you know, address it like reasonable, responsible adults and work through our differences and come to a mutually beneficial arrangement. In which I live, and his existence is scoured from the earth and ends violently and in great pain. I'm just gonna dig in this line until I run into another cave. Why? I don't know. What am I looking for? Anything. How many silvers do you have? I've got 77 silvers and 2 gold right now. More torches. Craft a silver pickaxe, you'll see the difference. Yeah, I really should go back and craft some more stuff. I mean, God knows I have, like, found quite a bit of stuff so far. You can just plant Plantera if you do a cheese that just compels Plantera from moving, so basically an ordinary garden plant that shoots at you. This guy's patience is crazy. I almost instantly craft a new pickaxe. I'm just having a nice, relaxing time. There we go. And now to drain some water. Nice. Yeah, honestly, I might as well. Alright, let's do some upgrading. Let's see. What sort of stuff might help me with my upgrading? 10 bars, lead ore, 10 ore, platinum ore, copper ore, silver ore, stone, why the hell not, lenses. Just grab, like, a bunch of my various crafting materials. Alright, so... Whoops. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Okay, a furnace. Yes, furnace is definitely one of the first things I want. So we're going to place a furnace here. And with the furnace, we can get copper bars and lead bars and silver bars and platinum bars and 10 bars. Okay, and so now with all of this added, we can make a lead anvil. And lead anvil is going to go right here. So if I just stand right here, I'm pulling from, like, all of my different crafting stuff here. That is really nice. Okay. So we can do lead, tin. Lead is definitely best. I have 8 silver bars. How much is it for the various silver? Let's go ahead and sort. I've got 14 lead bars. Yeah, that's probably best. Not enough. How are we on 10? Probably a lead bow. And anything else? A heavy workbench. Sure. We'll put a heavy workbench right here. Just for the hell of it. And wooden arrows. So let's take wooden arrows and torches. Regular arrows take wood and stone. So we can get an absolute metric ton of arrows. And torches, we can make as many torches as we need. How much gel do I have on me right now? A lot. Cool. Alright, let's go for the flaming arrows. Flaming arrows. Yeah, that's a lot of arrows. I reached 700 subs. Did I? Did I hit 700 subs during this stream? What wonderful news. Not bad at all. There's a mod called Jonathan. I'm not using mods. Yeah, piggy bank is worth the investment. Demolitionist, sir, how's your day going? Glad to see your day is going well. So, can I make chests? Why am I not able to make a chest? Like, what does a chest require? Excuse me, guide. To enable auto fire option. That is a good question. No, I did not. Let's turn that on. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, sir. I need you to show me how to build a chest. Surely regular wood is used to build chests. So, what do I need to make chests? Chest is wood and iron lead. Do I just not have enough? I did basically use up all of my lead, so that makes sense. Alright, let's actually start organizing stuff here. So this gold chest here, I am going to rename it blocks. And this is just where we are going to put our blocks of stuff. So stone blocks, and basically that's it for now. Blocks, sand blocks, hardened sand blocks, mud blocks. This chest is going to be wood and crafted wood. So, I still want to leave my various house construction equipment with me. As well as my wood platforms, for sure. And we don't really have anything else to put in there. We're just gonna put everything else in here for now. Builder potions, acorns, pickaxes, fallen stars, gel, tin ore, copper ore, amethyst. Yeah, that should be fine. Platforms can go here. Dirt can go there in case I need it. Okay. Cool. So my piggy bank we're going to put over... Okay, I guess the piggy bank has to go on a table. Fair enough. Then I shall craft a table. There. And one more torch. Right there. Cool. Time for bed? Alright, bye noobs. Take care of yourself. I saw a flash over here. Let's continue on the journey. But first, I actually should get back to work here. They want to know my availability for next week. Okay, good. Got that. Hello, sir. Ow. Why? Why would you hurt me? Oh, good. A sandstorm. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell are those? Okay, so let's not go to the desert. Let's very specifically avoid the desert. I keep saying that I'm going to go build another village. I really do think I need to do that. I did spend some time underground, and I just really wasn't finding much. So I think it makes more sense for me right now to try and find like one of those areas that has like the big thick trees that you can go down. A lot of good starter gear there. I'm bored, but I'm still not sleeping. Yep, fair enough. You have a good rest of your day. Ow! What the hell, man? Cut that out. There. I do think glow stick is a strange drop for a flying fish. Unless it's just a thing that can drop from, like, any fish. That might make a little more sense. I still haven't found any corruption in this world. For the sake of my own future, I really should find out where the corruption is. Assuming I even have corruption. I mean, I could have crimson. I've never actually seen crimson before, but I know it's a thing that exists. I did not select either. I let it be random. Oh, there's a chest. Herb bag. That's pretty good. I wonder what could be inside this herb bag. Choose corruption, it's easier and has better loot. I like just letting the world be random. That's how I get the most satisfaction out of my games. Okay, another area with overhanging stuff. Okay, yeah, that is just ridiculously faster. Playing a normal or expert? I'm on classic. I don't have any interest in playing on expert for my first experiences with the game. Okay. You know, you're all being very rude to me. And I don't appreciate that. Thank you. After last week's stream where I completely burnt out on Terraria, god damn it. I'm actually having such a pleasant time today. Oh, right. Chest. I did find another chest. There. We might as well drop off my extra stuff. Some other random doodads here. At least no flying turtles in that biome. True. Don't mind me, I'm just mowing the lawn. It's very important to keep a clean lawn. Two enemies nearby. My god. Who could it be? What brutal foulness would seek to subdue me in my own lair? Hello. Thank you for the money. I miss being immune to fall damage. I miss being able to double jump. Oh my god, dude, leave me alone. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, fish? There we go. Nice, safe platform. There. Damn you. Die. How far are you into progression? I have beaten no bosses. I have spent the last 2 hours without fighting a single boss. That was not my proudest fight. Another umbrella hat. Ooh, yes! Yes! Okay. That's a pretty good find. Fall damage is now a thing of the past. Also, I want the chest. Excuse me, sir. Okay, here is corruption. I should not have fallen down here. Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. There we go. And just build it across. Perfect. Okay. Corruption found. I recommend you finding the corruption in your world and placing sunflowers at both of its ends. Yes, I agree. Now that I know where to find that, I think I actually have some sunflowers over this way. So, is there anything special I need to do with the sunflowers, or is it literally just stick this in the ground next to, like, the edge of the corruption, and then it just won't spread past it? Is it just, like, one sunflower and then it's good? Just stick it in the ground. I can do that. But first, I think we need more wood platform. Oh. No, I wanted wood platforms. There we go. Another 372 of them. Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. It will stop it from spreading only the side it was placed on, so that's why you do it both sides. Got it. Alright. We have our next mission. Plant the sunflowers, and then continue our exploration across the world. All in all, this is going quite well, I think. Ugh. Also worth noting, this only works in hard. Yes. Before I ever unlock hard mode in this world, I will make a point of digging out inoculating trenches around the corruption biome. Which is going to be an absolute nightmare. Also, I think I'm about to make the horrible mistake of trying to cross the corruption at night, which is probably a horrible, horrible idea. And we're going to plant that right here. There we go. Okay, nighttime while raining. That sucks. Yeah, there is like no vision at all, nighttime and rain. That is a real problem. I can't even see thorns. Okay. There we go. That is a little bit better. Ooh, nice. Come on. Damnable creatures. Come on. Come on. There we go. Just make it to the other side. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, we're screwed. Come on. Cool. Keep climbing. That's not good. Yep. That's going to be a problem to get. I would probably be having an easier time with it if it was not simultaneously nighttime and raining. Since I basically have to operate under absolutely no light whatsoever. What class are you going? Whichever one I start finding gear for. But my initial plan is Ranger. For now, you should go to the caves, to be honest. Yeah, I know. But I'm more interested in reaching the other side of corruption and seeing what's over there first. Besides, it stopped raining. So, you know, that's a plus. will you just go away, please? Damn. This little speck needs to get chopped down. There we go. I really want to get a look at stuff. Have you found the dungeon yet? No. I have beaten no bosses. I have not found the dungeon. I at least know where the jungle is. So that's something. Cool. This is much better without the rain. Much, much better. Okay. Cool. There you all are. I wondered when you were going to start spawning in. Took you guys a while this time. Great. Okay. Let's go. Good. So the problem is, I think... Actually, no. I did basically get back all my money, so that's good. Nope. Alright. Let's go. I have to platform to the other side of this. Unfortunately, these guys seem to be taking offense with my, what's the word? I'm trying to remember the word. These guys seem to be taking offense with my infrastructure plans. I don't know why they'd be so upset at my plans. This just means it's going to be easier for all their victims to get here. If I were them, I'd be ecstatic by the possibility that my prey might be able to come to me more readily. Almost made it. Perfect. Okay. And... of course. Made it to the other side, which is the snow biome. So let's head back that way one more time. We're going to get the sunflower set up on the other side and going to start building A snow biome village. The good news is that I have managed to make the nether... Or, not nether. I have managed to make the corruption... relatively traversable for the time being. All of the major gaps are now walkable without any major concern. So that's good. Ice biome on the other side, that's good. That'll be a good place to build up something. I know it's basically suicide at this point doing this, but to be honest, I like doing lots of little different things. You know, it sort of breaks up the monotony of it. I really don't like this lip here. There we go. Much better. I have an umbrella and an umbrella hat. I am prepared for any possible threat involving rain falling on my head. Boink. Do-do. Hello, sir. Really? You're that eager to die? Okay, let's go. Walk across. Perfect. Okay. Almost completed my infrastructure project. Nice. Got it. And that is my 50th Eater of Souls in this world. Alright. And... sunflower. 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 Sunflower does not want to be planted here. I am going to assume it's because it's not on dirt. Which is pretty annoying. You can only plant it on grass. Very well then. Luckily, there just happens to be a tiny speck of grass right here. We just gotta chop down a tree first. Cool. There we go. Okay. The corruption has been quarantined on both sides. This looks like a relatively flat area. So this is where we are going to build our village. I know it's pretty close to the edge of the corruption, but I can still build a tunnel to inoculate it more thoroughly before we go into hard mode. And this is more than enough space for my purposes. Cool. Okay, let's get this going. let the construction begin. First things first, a nice platform. Do the houses have to be disconnected from each other, or... Well, obviously they can. Obviously they can just be one building. I already know this from my observations. Okay. So if I build a wall here, and then another wall here, I think that is enough space. Just install a few doors. Put in some walls. Nice. Put a few torches at the top. Another couple of doors on the outside. And finally, workbench. 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 And chair. 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 So those should all be suitable. 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 And we've already gotten 3 villagers for this whole area. Perfect. And then, just to be sure, I can easily get up when I need to. We'll drop some nice little platforms here. Okay. And with that done, we can continue my exploration. Not bad. Hello, Penguin. You are not disrupting my building, so unlike your brother, you do not have to die. Okay. Grab a little more wood. What's that? I don't know what that is. Oh, it was a thing. Do you know about the NPC happiness system? Only in the sense that I am aware that it exists. And as far as I understand it, it would have an influence on the price of buying and selling goods, as well as what specific wares are offered. So if there is more information to it than that, then I am not aware of it, and you are absolutely invited to share more relevant information with me. Okay. This is a very tall mountain. Just trying to build in peace, man. You can just leave me alone. Bro, just leave me alone. Not really. You have the basics. It's just that every NPC has its own biome and other NPCs. Yeah. I have been made aware that NPCs have biome preferences. Ice biome is pretty big. Try moving zoologists to the forest for now instead of ice. I have a demolitionist. I have a demolitionist, a merchant, and the guide at my home right now. Okay, coming to another forest biome. Or I guess maybe it's like a plains biome. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. That's pretty good. Bro, how's Terraria going? Well, Mr. Sneeve, a lot better than it did last week. Platform. Platform. Perfect. Keep exploring. Also, more wood platforms. There. Just slowly climbing my way. Oh my god. Yes, contextual building tool. If I am trying to build up, I probably don't care a lot that there are vines in the way. Okay, so we have found the dungeon entrance. Nice. So, one edge of the world has been located. Not bad at all. Next we make him do Calamity. I'm not doing mods. Everyone keeps recommending it, and I'm not going to. I have no interest in it. I've never even beaten one of the mechanical bosses. Why would I have any interest in mods? Okay. So, corruption is on the other side of the world. And I don't think there's any way in hell corruption could ever spread through the dungeon biome. So I'm pretty sure that one is nice and safely quarantined. So let's continue our explorations toward the other side. I know that there's jungle over that way. So I should definitely get a village built in jungle. Honestly, having a desert village would be pretty good, too. I mean, this area seems flat enough. I could build some houses. Calamity could be its own game. Pretty closest we'll get to Terraria 2. Yeah, that sounds utterly like something I have no interest in. Okay. Let's flatten an area. Gentlemen, I am trying to build. If you ever do play Calamity, it's very fun. You will probably need help. I can tell you right now, based on my experiences with Terraria so far, there is virtually a 0% chance that I will ever play Terraria mods. I do not have enough interest in this game as is to bother with mods. And I am not interested in modding a game that I'm not especially interested in order to enjoy it. That's just the reality of the situation. Boy, it sure is a good thing I broke that torch. That's definitely what I was trying to do. Guys, I am just trying to build some damn things. Please leave me alone. If you ever make a new world, make the seed get fixed. I have no interest in fixed seeds. Okay. There. Just a nice solid sand block. Where's my wood? There's my wood. Thank you. Get Fixed Boy gives you a small town with NPCs to spawn in. I'm not interested in starting with that. Okay. That's pretty good. There's some walls to start with. Please go away. Please go away. Please go away. Please go away. Okay. There we go. Okay. Cool. All right. There we go. Okay, now I have a controlled area for combat, and the enemies on the right side can no longer approach. Okay. Yeah, I need to see. Thank you. Okay. And right across the top. Have you gotten your first blood moon yet? I did on either my first or second stream of the game. Okay. So, just eyeballing it, I think there and there are sufficient to have houses ready. So let's put a workbench here, a workbench here, a workbench here. And where are my chairs? There are my chairs. Put a chair here. Put a chair here. Put a chair here. All these mobs are so grumpy. I wish they would be less grumpy. Okay, next thing. We need more wood walls. I have basically run out of regular wood. That makes me sad. Well, off we go to chop down more trees. Hello, sir. Thank you, trees. So, I'll probably keep this stream going for another, like, probably half hour-ish before I stop for the day. Almost every single creature in this game is extremely angry at us for no reason. Well, for me, I think I know why. I've killed a lot of people. So this isn't regular wood, is it? Oh, it is. Okay. These are just a different variety of regular wood. Nice. Oh, yeah, those palm trees. Those are the ones that I planted. I completely forgot about that. Sort your inventory. I'll get around to it. But first I have to kill that rabbit. What is the difficulty? This is a classic world. On regular difficulty. I have not fought any of the bosses yet on this world. If you want to see my first time going at the bosses, though, this is either the 4th or 5th time I've streamed Terraria. And on those first ones, I did go into hard mode before completely crashing out. So you can see my first experiences with the early game bosses there. Now playing Master Mode, and I can't kill the BOC. Here we go. Yes. After reaching hard mode, I had such a profoundly negative experience with early game hard mode, or with, like, you know, the starting phases of hard mode. I had such a profoundly negative experience with that that I completely abandoned any attempt to maintain that world. So this is second character, second world. We're going to place a couple doors, a couple lovely little torches for some light, a lovely little door on the side. There we go. And I believe that is 3 more houses. What armor and accessories do you have? I have cactus armor, and I have a shackle, a radar, and an egglet. There we go. Alright, so now that that's done, let's head to the jungle and get a village there now. Early hard mode is hard if you don't really know what you're doing beforehand. You should do all the prep you can before that. Yes! Yes! So you see the problem with it being my first time playing Terraria, and then going into hard mode. I had no way of knowing what I needed to prep for. I had chat yelling at me about the things that I needed, but they didn't really do the best job. I mean, they tried. They tried. And with a game like this, it's obviously very, very difficult to fully explain, you know, everything you need to do and why you need to do it and how you need to do it. So I completely understand that it's a very, very hard task to provide all of that relevant information, even for someone who's, like, actively asking for it, like I was. But the degree of difficulty that I would be facing was not well explained to me, and I was utterly ignorant of it. And I was also completely ignorant of how I should prepare, what I might be up against, how bad the threats would be. So my first experience with hard mode was so profoundly negative that it nearly ruined the entire game for me completely. Like, by the end of last week's stream, I honestly didn't know if I would ever have any interest in playing Terraria again. Genuinely. That's how incredibly negative my experience with hard mode was. But I'm glad that I decided to start a new world, a new character, to approach it fresh, you know, with awareness and with knowledge of what I was doing, at least in the start. And I've had an absolutely delightful time these past 3 hours. It's been completely positive. I've been enjoying myself a ton, and it's just much, 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 much better. Like, my last stream of this, I was so burnt out and so frustrated by the game that I genuinely feel a need to apologize for just how unpleasant the stream experience must have been. It's not a stream I would have stuck around and watched, to be quite frank. I wouldn't have bothered. I would not have bothered sitting around watching a streamer who was that frustrated. It's not something I enjoy. And I should have managed myself much better than I did. And unfortunately, I took some of that frustration out on chat as well, especially those who, you know, were trying to be helpful, but not doing well. Yeah, my last stream was a catastrophe. And then by the end of the last stream, I was so just done with it, I just ran to the Demolitionist, I bought 1,200 bombs, and I basically spent 20 minutes in a hole throwing bombs at anything I could see, and then ultimately blowing up my entire base as well. I was just done. And while I fully admit that the difficulty I had with hard mode was born out of my own ignorance, and truly, truly it was, I really, really cannot help but think that if a game is capable of going from this pleasant to that frustrating without communicating the degree of the impact of player choices and consequences to them, that is a very questionable and probably less than ideal game design. And I think that that's a genuine issue with this game. You know, valid crash out. I think it was a valid crash out. But I think the way that... It's not even a matter of opinion. The way that I handled it was not good. It was not professional. I wasn't even trying to be... I wasn't even trying to pretend to pay lip service at the end for giving a damn what I was doing, or what anyone would have to say. The way that I handled it was not acceptable. It simply wasn't. And that is something that I regret. But I believe that the best way to deal with regrets is to be completely upfront about them, to acknowledge the thoughts, the feelings, and the behaviors that you regret. So, yeah. Having a much better time today. And this time, I know that the degree of preparation I need to have before I activate hard mode is massively more than I had last time. Now, I do want... Honestly, I think this little spot here is good for getting a jungle village up and running. Oh, just die already, you damnable creatures. Yeah, this looks like a good spot for the jungle village. Way more professional and mature than like 90% of way bigger streamers and 60% of functional adults. I have had a lot of therapy in my life. I could probably have an entire channel where all I do is talk about my experiences with therapy throughout my life. My awareness is not something inborn. It takes skill and education and practice and awareness over long periods of time. There's my wood. God, I was trying to find it. Okay, yeah, someone said sort your inventory. You're right. Okay. Here we go. Did you sort your inventory yet? Yes, I just did. All is right with the world. Okay. This looks like a good spot. I don't think that when it comes to people just like crashing out over things and handling their emotions well, I really, really don't believe it's a matter of personal failing. There's a lot of people that will go their entire lives without having the opportunity to learn a lot of the skills that I now take for granted. Assertive communication, you know, introspection, things like that. A lot of people never get the opportunity to learn those skills because they never are in situations where it's enough of an issue in their life to matter. Or maybe it is, but there's no one around who can help them develop those skills, you know? It's not a personal or moral failing. It truly isn't. I have seen some of the absolute scum of society be able to grow and to learn and develop into better people. Healthy, productive people who are genuinely very pleasant and very, you know, aware of themselves. Simply because they were given the opportunity to develop those skills. And it is unfortunate not everyone will get that opportunity. Also, it's a goddamn blood moon. Shit. Okay. Well, first things first, let's go ahead and finish our village. And let's get the hell out of here. Alright, well... Sorry, everybody. You are on your own. I am going to bravely hide inside my house like a miserable coward. Ow! Why? Stop that. You're mean. See, this is what I'm talking about. Healthy, effective communication, you know? Like, all these monsters, you know, clearly their actions are motivated by certain, you know, certain needs, certain physiological and psychological needs that, you know, are not being met. And they are dealing with that deficiency in a very unhealthy, very aggressive way. Because they were never really given the chance to learn a better way to deal with the problem that they are, you know, hideous, unholy abominations to all of man and God. And, I mean, that's a situation that we can all find ourselves in, you know? Sometimes you just wake up and you find that you're an unholy abomination to all of man and God, and that's a tough thing to deal with. That's not something that you're prepared for. And it's not only normal, but frankly, it's perfectly understandable to lash out in a situation like that, And when you do things like that, you can hurt people. Even when you don't really want to. And I think we all need to have empathy for these, these horrible, horrible monsters. And, we need to understand that with just a small twist of fate, any one of us could have turned out just like them, Certainly, they have made choices, unhealthy choices, which have contributed to their current circumstances. I won't deny that. There's absolutely a necessity for personal accountability. But I don't think when anyone makes these kinds of choices that they really are able to grasp where those consequences will ultimately lead, They didn't know that they'd be walking around looking like horrible flayed abominations. They didn't expect it. And I think we need to be, nice and, respectful of those circumstances. No empathy for the turtle, though. The turtle. Yeah, no. On top of everything that I have just said, I would also like to be very clear that under no circumstances should what I'm saying be interpreted as that people have an obligation to forgive or to accept, unhealthy or hurtful behavior. Absolutely not. That stuff needs to be called out. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be brought into the open, labeled for what it is. That is absolutely necessary. And when it comes to certain things, like the flying turtle, the best way that we can handle their aggression and their unhealthy, dangerous, hurtful behaviors is to brutally murder the turtle with a smile on your face. And I think we can all agree that that is in everybody's best interest. Blood Moon really is unpleasant. Damn it. There we go. Okay, I think I'll be able to make it through the night pretty okay. As far as blocks go, what do I have? Wait for your first solar eclipse. I would rather not. Oh, depth radar. Didn't even realize I'd gotten that. Another hat. I already have an umbrella. I don't need that. Do I have anything else that counts as blocks? Snow blocks. Okay. This chest. This is where we're keeping our wood. At this point, I think we can put most of our stuff in here. Because I've built up the villages that I want for now. Let's see. Wood. I do want to keep my regular wood and my wood platforms on me. Yeah. How about in here? What else do we have that's just straight up wood stuff? Let's also start grabbing our various plants, since the next chest is going to be for plant material. Glowing mushrooms, mushroom seeds, waterleaf daybloom. I think that's everything from there. The miscellaneous chest, stone blocks, blink root, fire blossom, that can all come with me. The step stool, certainly that can grow into the crafted wood stuff. Do a little bit of sorting. So this is going to be the fauna chest. So sunflowers, silverthorn seeds, daybloom seeds, vile mushroom, silverthorn, jungle grass seeds, mushroom seeds, fire blossom, waterleaf, blinkroot, deathweed, daybloom, and I think that's about it. The wood chest is where we're going to keep our cactuses and acorns. Let's just put various things I know I'm going to be keeping up here. Okay. So this first chest is going to be ores, gems. I equipped the step stool for a bit of extra defense. I don't know if anybody has told you yet, but always save all your previous weapons. Yeah. I have been making a point of that. Lead bars. As far as blocks go, stone blocks can go in there. Sort the inventory again, so we have ores, gems, wood-crafted blocks, fauna. And then basically everything else is just going to go into here for now. This is going to stay with me. Red husk. Lenses can go away. Glow sticks can stay with me. All of this extra stuff can get moved. Okay. And just deposit as much of it in here as we can. Okay. Rotten chunks. I thought those were bombs. Rotten chunks can all go in here. Okay. So everything has been nice and, sorted. There we go. Nice. Ooh, that's a lot of good stuff. All right, so let's check the map. So over here we've got a zoologist and a nurse. And we know that eventually on the other side of the dungeon is another bit of desert. Favoriting using alt-click. What does that actually do? What does it being favorited do? Over here in the desert, we've got 3 houses. It says on the tooltip. Quick trash stacking and selling will be blocked. Oh, okay. All right, that is useful. Oh my god, my guide moved all the way over there. Of course he did. All right. Honestly, I really like that. We're just gonna favorite all the stuff I intend to just carry with me then. I don't believe I can afford a pylon. And we are still waiting for NPCs to move in. Let's continue my exploration. Let's see how far we can travel. Holding shift will pull out the right tool for your block. Yes, that I do need. That I do know. Yeah, it really doesn't matter where the guide... There. That bird bothered me. Come to think of it. This umbrella is actually stronger than my cactus sword. The arc isn't quite as good, but it still attacks faster for the same damage per hit. There we go. I don't like that scorpion. Oh, screw you. Best and only umbrella main in Terraria. Let's go... So, I'm not going to go back underground again on this stream. I've already been streaming for 3 hours at this point. And I'm looking to end the stream in about 10 minutes. But let's do a little bit of exploration further east and see what we can find before we stop. If I can actually find one of those, like, living trees that you can go inside, that would be ideal. Because I could really benefit from having vertical shafts and loot. And that's the easiest way I am aware of to find a bunch of loot. And I also need to finish platforms up to the jungle. So this is going to be a bit awkward. Okay, platforms. Is that same level? Yes. That is same level. So we're going to put that there. Have some nice, easy ways to climb over. Boop. There. Right. Don't press down. Just walk forward. Sir, do you mind? Thank you. Best way to get loot is the dungeon. Yes. Unfortunately, I do not believe I can really meaningfully access it at this point. Okay. Dude, go away. 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 There. Okay, platform. There we go. Nice. This is a very, very vertical part of this dungeon. Or this, this jungle, I mean. I swear I know how words work. I swear. Like, I can totally speak English mostly. I mean, I hope so. Did you get jump scared by it yet? I was well informed on my first playthrough that entering the dungeon prematurely would result in my death. So, without pretending that I was not aware of it, I did demonstrate that. So, no, I would not say it was a jump scare. There we go. Some nice, lovely mahogany. You know what? Bats suck. Die. 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 Oh, or fall. Falling is good too. Okay. There. Now, to continue the exploration. Oh. Didn't actually want to come down here. Still, a little bit of light never hurt anybody. I cannot wait to get more mobility options. Okay. Maybe this will be the one chest that gives me everything that I need. Spear, glow sticks, rope, arrows, yada, 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 yada. Loot it all. And add another chest to the pile. Wood platforms. God damn these things. Jungle at night is absolutely miserable. Honestly, it feels like going through Mount Moon with all the damn Zubats. As a Spanish speaker, you're getting the hang of English. You can do it. God, I certainly hope so, because it was and remains my first language. Still want to keep going. I still want to see what's on the other side of the jungle. Really? Oh, come on! I just had a blood moon! Really? Really? Ah! Really? I had no idea that you could have multiple blood moons close together like that. I would have assumed that they're on like a longer time between them. But you know what? If I'm going to be stuck here anyway, I think that's where I'll go ahead and end the stream for today. So, I'll keep the game going until I'm done with this blood moon, and I'll be back next week with more Terraria. So, excuse me. So, thank you all so much for coming today. This has been a very, very successful stream. I had a really great, fun time today. Definitely going to be playing this world again next week. Definitely looking forward to that. It'll be the same time next week, Saturday at 9 p.m. my own time. Good old Mountain Time, the time zone that everyone forgot. And, yeah, the current daily series on my channel, I have videos that come out every day at noon my time. The current daily series is looking at my attempts to beat Minecraft on hard mode without actually breaking any blocks or grass or anything else. I have abandoned that. I have abandoned that challenge, but I still have a couple more episodes of that coming out just to show them all. After that, I'm going to be playing Virtual Hide-Lide, and after that, Tactics Ogre Reborn. I'm actually having a great time with both of those. Terraria on the weekends, Donkey Kong 64. I'm going to be streaming that again on Monday, as I go for the elusive 100% clear of Donkey Kong 64, and God's help me for doing it. And tomorrow and every Sunday morning, I stream RPG Maker. And I have been building a game in RPG Maker for the past year using suggestions from chat. So if you want to come and suggest new things to be added to the game or see the kind of lunacy that has already been created, you are welcome to join. You don't have to know RPG Maker to participate at all. I just enjoy doing it. So, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I've also got a Discord. There's a link to that down in the description. And, yeah, I guess this is the stream where I passed 700 subscribers. So, that was great. DK64 is devious. Holy hell. I actually just finished, a few weeks ago, my Banjo-Kazooie 100%, and this won't be the first time I've ever 100% DK64, so at the very least, I know what I'm getting into. Not that it's going to make some of those challenges any less horrible, but at least I'll be able to say I know what I'm doing, more or less. Alright, so that's going to be everything. As soon as I try to tab out of this to end the stream, it's going to minimize the window because Terraria loves doing that to me for some reason. But it is time to make the sound to summon the end of the stream. Wow, 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 wow.